Okay, so today we will create a virtual server that will be used as a load balancer for the Citrix storefronts, because we will use this in our gateway configuration. So the first thing that you need to do is you need certificates. So you will need a certificate for the gateway itself, but this we will cover in a different video. You don't need all the DNS entries, just the gateway. And you need a certificate for the load balancer. So for the virtual load server that we will create on the NetScaler, I named it StoreFront LB, and here in the DNS entries you absolutely need, so you need the subject to be like this. So this will be your load balancer, and you also need to type it one more time as a DNS entry, and those are my two storefronts. One thing that you need to do, or absolutely need to do, is to change the base URL of your storefront. So I changed the base URL to match the load balancer, and I also added DNS entries. So you have your storefront load balancer. I will give it this IP address, but in your environment you need to have also a DNS entry for a DNS reservation or DNS entry for a load balancer. So let me go to my domain, DNS. So here, storefront load balancer. So you absolutely need this. Without this, it will not work. And here you can also see my gateway. Yeah, 99. But we will we will configure the gateway in another movie, in another video. Okay, so those things, before we start, you have to change. So here just I had something else. I had storefront 01 testlab.com, and just go to change base URL and change it from that to your new load balancer. And also you need to change the certificate, because you have a new DNS entry. So I believe I kept the old one. Let's go and see. SSL bindings. Okay, edit. Yeah, okay, so I have also the old one. In my first video, I was thinking about using the same certificate on the gateway and also on the storefronts, but I've changed my mind and I created a new certificate just for the load balancer and for the storefronts. So I will use this one on all. So I will bind it on the load balancer and also on both storefronts. And for the gateway, I will have I will have a separate one. We can also delete that one so that I do not get confused. Let me see, MMC, or better, CMD, run as administrator. I believe it was shared local manager M. Does it work like this? Yeah. Okay, so under personal, let's delete this one because we no longer need it. Okay, and let's delete it also from the second storefront because it's there too, so that we have a clean environment. Chart and certificates and delete. Okay, so this is done. Now let's jump to the NetScaler. So I've already installed the certificates, all the certificates that I need. Of course, SSR certificates, server certificates. So I have my gateway certificate and also the storefront. It's a PFX, and we can go to see the details. And here we have it, all the DNS entry that we need. Okay. Okay. Now before we start, let's take a look at the little diagram, or how should I call it. So in this video, we will do this part. So the storefront load balancing configuration, and in other videos we will do the rest. So now we are here. Okay, so this is all the things that you need to configure to have a basic, really basic gateway. So it only uses a username and password and LDAP server. Okay, so let's start. So yes, of course, again, I need to change this to allow me to stay logged on for longer. So first thing that we configure is we need a monitor, and that we can create under traffic management and load balancing and monitors. Here we click add, give it a nice name. I will say storefront load balancer from monitor. Okay, and the type, we have something already configured here, storefront. Okay, now go up, select. Okay, and here, because we have certificates on our storefronts, we will go with secure, and we need to type our store name, which I don't know. Let's go to a storefront and take the store name, this one, test lab. store one. Okay, let's go back. Okay, create. Okay, we have the monitor. Then we need to create the two storefront servers. So we just need to add them. I already done this, but let's just delete one and create it one more time. But first, let me take the IP because I'm lazy. So delete, yes. So normally you just come here and click add. Type your storefront name, paste the IP, and that's it. Create. Okay, so we have also the servers. Now we need to create a service group under here. We just go with add and let's name it storefront load balancer service group. And that sounds good. Another protocol we have, as I mentioned, we have certificates and we need to select SSL. Okay, and everything else we shouldn't touch. Leave it as default. Okay. Now we need to add the members from that I showed you a moment ago. We select server based and we should be able to select both of them. Again, we have certificates and they communicate through HTTPS, so port 443. And I believe that's it. Just click create and OK. And then under monitors here, we should bind the monitor that we created. We can filter here. Select, bind, and done. Okay, and after we've created a service group, we can also check the status of the storefronts under monitor details, and you have here success. So this means your storefront is up. Okay, so this was the service group done. Now we have to create the virtual server that will do the actual work, the load balancing. Okay, so here on the virtual servers, and we should give it a name. So again, storefront load balancing vServer. Again, of course, HTTPS. I mean SSL because it will use certificates, and we need to give it an IP address. Let's look at our table. Storefront load balancer. So this IP, for this IP you have to create a DNS entry exactly as it's we written in the certificate. So it's exactly like this. So this is in the certificate, and this you should have in the DNS entry configured for that IP. Okay. Here we click OK, and here we have to bind the service group that we created a few seconds ago. Just select and bind and continue. And of course we need certificate all the virtual servers in the NetScaler to be up and running. They need a certificate, and this one absolutely needs a certificate, and in that certificate we need to mention our exact load balancer DNS entry. Just click continue. Okay. And do I need to do anything else? Let me think a little bit. Yes, here under persistence, by default, the StoreFront is configured. I don't know, it is another settings. I don't remember it, but it will not work. At least it did not work for me. I tried it. So the best configuration here is source IP, and I don't know, 60 milliseconds, not milliseconds, minutes. Okay, and with the rest we leave as it is. But this configuration is very important, and we just click done. Okay, and we now have a successful storefront load balancer. We can test that by trying to open the storefront. So let's take again the store name. I cannot remember it. Okay, so this one is done, and it should also log me. If not, there is another setting that we have to change in the storefront. Let's see, do I have Citrix Workspace up here? No. Nevertheless, I cannot test it right now because I don't have Citrix Workspace app installed. Or wait, I have it in another device, Chrome. Let's go with Chrome. Because I want to test it all the way to see if it launches or not. Never. Okay, let's try to launch a desktop. Okay, it launched. I had no issue. Um, I wanted to show you a setting that needs to be done in the storefront. I did read it in some articles. Um, let's go here and manage receiver for websites, configure advanced settings. So here, enable back communication. I believe this is necessary when we will when we will completely configure the gateway. As for now, it works without this new setting, but I will set it. And after the gateway is configured, maybe we can come back and switch it back to on to see if anything happens. Okay, so this was it for the load balancer. I will create another video with the other components of the gateway, and then we will see how we can combine all the configurations in the gateway. Thank you for watching.